Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Andre or Blaze. If you do not know me, this probably won't affect you that much. Might even not matter to you at all. But if you do know me, I have not uploaded on this YouTube channel in so long.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell.
It's actually been terrifyingly long. If you guys don't know what happened, basically, for 4 years, I'm gonna say 6 years, I grinded content, grinding streaming. 2020, I streamed 12 hours a day. I would say 10 to 12 hours a day. Spent my nights editing, uploaded videos daily. I was grinding out content. Got kind of burnt out, but I kept going. 2021, things started slowing down. My viewers were still very high on Twitch. I think I was averaging like 20 to 30. It's really great. And then everything plummeted. The organization that I was grinding for at the time, grinding for like a Fortnite esports team was like a thing. And so the organization that I was grinding for and all my like community came from basically died. So all the momentum I had built up kind of just dropped. And then I lost all my motivation because I made all that progress, made all this community building for that community to basically just be removed from me with stuff that was out of my control. Lost my motivation. Going into college in 2022, I still was uploading. I wasn't as frequent, but I still was. And then since then, it's just gotten worse and worse every year. I won't say that I'm back. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to be consistent. I will be uploading on this channel, though. I will make that clear. I do want to make it I want to try to upload on this channel, basically. What I've been up to. Last 2 years, I've been doing track. I found a love for hammer throw. It's amazing. It's a track and field event where you have a 16-pound metal ball on a long wire, and you spin around in a circle and throw it into a field. It's pretty simple, but I love it. Spent a lot of time working on my craft, and I'm a recent college graduate now. Actually, I just got my bachelor's in strength and conditioning. Excuse me. What the hell am I talking about? Excuse me. I got my bachelor's in sports management and business, and I'm going to grad school to get my master's in kinesiology with a focus in strength and conditioning, so I can be a strength coach. But yeah, as far as summer plans, so my season ended a little under 2 weeks ago, actually. Basically how track and field works is you have your regular season. There's no like conference matchup, but there is a conference championship. So like unlike basketball where it's like you go through a tournament, it's just one meet, or like it's like a 2 or 3 day meet depending on how big your conference is, and everyone competes. And unless you're in the NCAA like D1 level, it's basically 1 through 3 that get all conference nods. In the NCAA D1, in most big conferences, it's 1 through 8, I believe. But yeah, once you're done with your conference championship, usually there's a national championship. So D1, D2, and D3, they have all their national championships. I was lucky enough that our school is in the National Christian College Athletic Association. I went to the NCCAA Nationals, and I was lucky enough to place where I was seated, which was 12th. I didn't PR, didn't do bad either. So good end to a season. My conference championship didn't go well. I actually ended up fouling out, but good things came from this season. I ended up PRing at the Gusty Twilight or whatever it was called at Gustavus Adolphus. I PR'd in the first round, which got me into the finals. I fouled 1 in 3 throws, but my second throw was my PR. And then in the first round of finals, which I was super excited to get to anyways, because I just PR'd, I'd broken the school record. I was ecstatic. I'd also qualified for nationals, for that NCCAA nationals. And then in finals, my first throw, I broke my record again by another 3 meters. And so it was just a really good day. So a lot of positive things to take out of the season. Now going into the off season, I got a lot of things to think about, like what I'm going to do this summer. Originally, I thought I was just going to keep competing. There's a lot of open. There's not a lot. There's few open meets nearby. I think there's 3 this summer, which I was really heavily considering doing. However, my school, unfortunately, does not have a throwing like facility. So usually we use other schools or we go to a field and use boards. However, with recent changes made in organizations, I no longer have access to those throwing things. So my implements are locked up somewhere, don't know where. And so I think for the most part, I think I'm going to focus more on strength and conditioning. I have a 16-week rehab program for my knee I'm going to be working through, and I'm also competing at a powerlifting competition in just over a month, excuse me. And that's going to be really interesting. I've never competed in a powerlifting competition. I've never competed outside of track. So it's going to be a little bit interesting for me, but I think that, especially knowing that my collegiate career is kind of on the tail end, I'd like to get into competing more outside of that. So I'm going to do that. It'll be in Appleton, Wisconsin, which is going to be really exciting. So yeah, I got a whole plan mapped out. I'm starting my job this week on Tuesday, and so along with working at my job, I'm going to be training for this powerlifting meet. And yeah, I'm hopefully going to PR at least. And I definitely hit some PRs in the gym on the way there. I think my training programs for throwing have definitely been a little different, just because during the season, you're not looking to PR. You're not looking to max out. You're not looking to even do most conventional workouts. You're looking for things that'll help you with what you're struggling with in the season. So something that I was struggling with in the season was my knee health. So I did a lot of knee rehab. And then in the gym, there's a lot of things to cushion that. So we avoided heavy squats, avoided deadlifts, stuff like that. That's really knee dominant. Did a lot of cleans, explosive stuff. So now I can focus more on concentric strength, like kind of the basic stuff like bench, squat, deadlift. And as the season gets closer and closer, as we get closer to the point where track is officially you're able to practice, I'll get more back into power cleans, getting more explosive. But now I think getting strong is going to be really helpful. And I do think I'm still going to be training over the summer for hammer. I'm going to try to get, last summer I trained with Kostas. It was great. I loved it. He was the NCAA hammer champion that year. And now he's a professional hammer thrower as well for Greece. And so he's also a Velasa athlete, which is really cool. So yeah, all things to kind of wrap things up in a bow. I'm going to try to upload a lot more. I don't know if I'm going to be consistent because realistically, I haven't had a reason to want to be consistent, but I do want to bring this channel a little bit of life back because I did miss uploading and editing videos. So, I'm going to bring you through my training journey. I'm probably going to film about a week-long series, and then once we get done with that week, I think I'm going to be done. And then see how it goes from there. So it's about 3.5, maybe 4 weeks until this powerlifting competition. First week, I'm probably going to film a little bit, edit some clips together, make a YouTube video, see how that does. If it has any traction at all, then I'll do something similar to that. I'll try to get a second one out, and then when I actually go ahead and compete, I'll take you through like a 24, maybe a 48 hours long vlog, behind the scenes type thing. But yeah, appreciate anybody who watches this video. I apologize for kind of just falling off, I guess. But yeah, I'll be back posting more content. Yeah. See you guys next time. Peace.